What's going on, everybody? Facebook, YouTube, all my peeps out there. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's up? It's Friday. I've been wanting to do this video for so long. So much stuff going on. Whole nother conversation. So we'll leave that right there. But also, we live in a time where there's just like, it's so much shit happening. Like, it's a lot of stuff happening. Here locally, nationally, and across the globe. So, you have a lot of, like, information streams that you could pick from as far as doing the subject on. And for me, it has to be something significant. In essence, I mean, it has to have a relevant presence today and then a past relevance, where you could look at that and say, wow, okay. So for me, I think I can't do one or the other. I would just have to do both. Okay, so I'm not going to waste no more time. I got a video I want you guys to watch with me. Okay? Whole lot of y'all out there probably know this guy. He's been the guy with all the black on, the militia, looking like a light-skinned Samuel L. Jackson. He called himself Grandmaster J. Never DJ'd at a party so far that I could find. Okay, but he calls himself Grandmaster J. He started this black militia called NFAC. He says the words mean, or the letters stand for the words, not fucking around coalition. That's what it means. Okay? He came on the scene. Oh my God. Maybe somewhere up under the Trump administration. In the height of the Black Lives Matter protests, where it was people coming here from Europe to interview Black Lives Matter demonstrators and really cover this, because it was a worldwide phenomenon. Then he popped up on the scene. But I'm going to stop it there, because I'm going to let you listen to this dude. Now, when he came on the scene, I'm going to let you know this. Every black activist felt he was the police. They felt he was the El Federado. For real. Right off the bat. Right off the bat. People stopped trusting him. His name was being hit across the, I guess you could say, the black sort of social news networks, where they're on a YouTube, and I mean like a ping pong battle. He a cop. He 5-0. Then all of a sudden, he gets arrested. They say he pointed his gun at one of the demonstrations at a federal officer. But that's the story. He gets arrested. He gets out. And people are tempted to look at him differently because he's been arrested and everything. But to make this more easier, I'm going to... Listen. Great interview, by the way, of the gentleman whose show you're going to be watching. He has some decent material out there. I say subscribe to his channel. So what I'm about to show you has nothing to do with him. It's the person that he's interviewing, Grandmaster Jay. And in my opinion, he did a spectacular job because he allowed what other sort of media outlets and black media outlets wouldn't allow. And that's for him to just talk. And he does that so much that you could see just how demented this dude is. So I'm just going to bring on the star of the show. Without no further ado, let's check it out, y'all.
I see you see you got the art in the background, a little bit of a different scenario since we last talked.
A lot has happened since we last talked.
Yeah, definitely.
There are a lot of people out here who take the time to draw and paint and depict images of me, and then they give these to me as gifts. So it's been a growing collection. It's bigger than this room, but it's still growing. There are those people who, for some strange reason, tend to equate me to the Malcolm X of this.
Stop you right there, buddy. Yeah. That's real strange. Look at the picture there. I wonder who drew that. For real. Brother, Malcolm didn't go around with body armor on. Malcolm didn't go around talking smack with guns. Okay? Anybody who is equating you to Malcolm is doing that because they don't know Malcolm. They don't know shit about Malcolm. Malcolm walked around in a time where black men got hung for being out too late and was dropping H-bombs on all of them. All of the TV networks, their greatest psychologists, political analysts, whatever, lighting them up from the ankles up. And he did that with no breastplate, no guns, brother. And lost the nation of Islam and even became more fearless. Without an army. Still with a suit and a tie and his most dangerous weapon. His brain. That's how I'm starting off with you.
Today, and it's touched them in a lot of ways, and that's one of the expressions. So the shrine, as we call it, continues to grow, which is something that I'm very, very appreciative of.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The shrine is not that. It's not that big a shrine, buddy. But
and I'm glad that you took the time out to comment on it. I would like to thank all of the individuals who've taken time to create all of these different arts and work, including some of the dolls and everything else that they've created. People have really taken the time out. A lot has happened since the last time we talked.
Good. I'm glad we could talk, man. I didn't. It was weird seeing you and other.
Now that I say this again, this brother, he has a great show. Subscribe to him, y'all. Support him. He a good brother. Okay? He got a show. He got a platform. He a good brother. He is really trying to give this individual here, Grandmaster Jay of the NFAC, a platform. He is, look how happy he is. So he's a good brother. Like I said, this ain't got nothing to do with him. This got to do with Malcolm X. over here. Talcum Powder X.
Media, and I was like, oh shoot, can I still reach out? I wasn't sure what the status was, so I was kind of observant, but not necessarily knowing where you stood with media. Period. Definitely black owned. Media in general, but hip hop media and things of that sort. Making sure that we were in a good space. So we wanted to.
The only reason that I'm having a conversation with you is because a year ago, round about this time, you were the first journalist in black radio, black media, black print, or black anything that reached out after we did Stone Mountain and after we did Ahmaud Arbery.
Right.
And I told you then I would grant you an exclusive while the rest of the world was asleep, while the rest of the world was still ignoring what was happening in front of them. As far as black radio is concerned, there is no black radio.
Right.
Black radio could speak its mind. Black radio was the voice of the consciousness of the black community. Black radio is where we aired our own problems out and got our own versions of the story. Black radio, we didn't have handlers. Black radio, we could address or correct this.
I'm going to stop him right there. He's selling a fantasy because you didn't live through it to you. I could find video going all the way back to Marcus Garvey where he and others who have came after him was saying one of the things that as black people, brown people, copper-colored people, we tend to do is fight each other. We start our own little organizations. We don't work together. Everybody want to be a chief. Nobody want to be an Indian. End of story. It has always been that way. For real. Infighting has always been the norm. So what media, black media, is he talking about? What is he talking about? Because I could show him in history, no, that's bullcrap. Period. But let's listen to him some more, because I'm going to tear him up. I'm sipping on a cold Budweiser, and I'm about to make him wiser.
This information about our population, no matter how it was being misrepresented.
Right.
There is no more black radio. That's why I don't expect black radio, nor did I expect black radio to suddenly come to the mountain and say, oh, look what's going on. The 60s are repeating themselves again, blah, blah, blah. I gave up on that a long time ago.
Right.
But what you should pay attention to is this. When your opposition begins to pay more attention to the things that you should be, more so than you, and have a bigger reach and more influence, that should be a wake-up call to you.
Absolutely.
Not only that, Chuck, you're a pretty cool guy, so, I don't mind talking to you.
This dude is the police. When he first came out, everybody knew it immediately. There's black militant groups that have been out there for decades. It's generational dudes out there. My daddy raised me up. Now I'm running. Now I'm doing it. Way before he came. Way before this dude arrived on the scene. I'm going to let you hear what he said again. It was retarded, what he just said.
Absolutely.
Not only that, Chuck, you bigger reach and more influence, that should be a wake-up call to you.
Bruh, you the police, and everybody know it. And here's how I'm going to show it. Okay? They saw you getting in trouble. They gave you a mission. They put you out there. And what you do? Everybody could smell badge number 555 all over your ass. All over you. All over you, bruh. So, of course, they do what all federales like to do when they want to infiltrate certain groups. They got to give you some credibility now. So here comes these bull crap charges. And most of them went away. Dude, I know the story. Most of them went away. Okay. You the police, bruh. You po-po and you crazy. And I'm going to show everybody that. You crazy as hell, dude. You must think people is real stupid.
Absolutely.
Not only that, Chuck, you're pretty cool guy, so, I don't mind talking to you every now and then. I talk to a lot of strange characters these days, so I'm very selective of who I talk to.
Man, I appreciate it, brother. I'm going to have to reach out to you on
He's selective, but he's talking to strange folks.
Just not so serious all the time. You know what I'm saying? Just to shout you out, so to speak. But how are you, man? Like, just, as a person, man, as a human, are you, the things that you are accused of can weigh you down, it's a burden. I mean, I've had some things happen and it's a burden. Nothing of this magnitude, I have to say.
First of all, everything you go through in life is...
You see how sensitive he looked? And the dude softened up the question for him. Anytime you ask this dude some tough questions, he will end the interview. He loves to run his mouth. I could show y'all video of him running for president, and he's on a billfold next to Michelle Obama, like he's Barack. This dude said, listen to me, this dude said he won 5 freaking Grammys. Ain't won 1. And said when he come back with his next album, he gonna win 5 more. In a public interview. I'm about to grab all this stuff for y'all. This dude is the fucking police. He is the feds. He is working to get a lot of good black people killed. A lot of good black people locked up. A lot of good black people lives destroyed. He is the Black Donald Trump. That's what the fuck he is.
It's preparing you for something. Every up or down you've ever had, every heartbreak, every disappointment, every victory. Everything that happens to you that takes you through something that leaves you shaped or changed or matured or grown in your life happens because it's preparing you for something that's coming later in your life. A lot of people have asked me that very same question. How you holding out? It's a lot going on. When I look back over my life, all of the things that I've done and all
stupid or crazy shit. You lied and said you was a DJ, and you still run with that name, Grandmaster J. You ain't did shit at no party to be even having that title. Your whole name is based off a lie. So the things that you've done in your life is lie. And it's prepared you today to be a bigger liar. Hasn't it, buddy?
All the places I've been, all of the situations that I've gotten into and gotten out of, 3 marriages that I've gotten into and gotten out of, living as a black man in America for almost six decades, and all of these things have prepared me for what I'm going through right now. I'm fine.
Okay, good.
No, you're fed.
What's the status of the NFAC?
What do you mean what the status is?
Has it changed at all?
Let's you and I have a straight up conversation, as they like to say in the hood. Let's keep it a buck.
Well, keep it.
All he asked was how was the organization doing. You see how sensitive this dude is? Oh,
is fine. As a matter of fact, the NFAC is becoming somewhat of a problem globally for a few people. Most people in the United States are not aware that on the 26th of this past month that there were demonstrations in Angola, in the UK, in France, the Netherlands, Haiti, the People's Republic of the Congo.
why wouldn't we know about what's going on in the world? So don't tell us about some demonstrations that you making up.
On behalf of the NFAC and myself, human rights violations, so these bogus charges and so forth. Most people.
You are a goddamn lie. I'm a news junkie. You a goddamn lie. You know what? I gotta say this, y'all. Because I'm real. Y'all know me. I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to speak the truth. I almost wanted to call this show, I Wish a Nigga Would. I was tempted to call this show that. Because listening to him, I'm like, I wish a nigga would try to bullshit me with some shit like that. The ass whooping gonna come right. I'm gonna whoop the N, the F, the A, and the C off your ass. But I didn't. I'm gonna keep it professional as I can.
In the United States are not aware of the global reach or the NFAC, yet every American embassy became aware of us on that day. So you can imagine the back conversations that came back to the United States State Department when they're wondering who are these people showing up in black, talking about we've done something wrong, we have no idea. So I'm fine with regards to the NFAC. The NFAC is solid. What we are finding out, though, and I'll be honest, is that the NFAC apparently, for some strange reason, refuses to be placed into a box by people who don't know how to recognize when they're looking at something you've never seen before. It's not a gimmick. It's not a trick.
Buddy, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean never seen before? Because all we've seen so far is y'all walk up and down the street with guns and shoot each other. You fall out, you ain't got enough water. You're wearing black. In broad daylight. Hello? There you go. Shooting. What do you mean? If that's what you talking about, you right. That's some shit we ain't never seen.
And then you look back over history at all these notable people in history that came along that tried to effect some form of change. Somebody always had to say it can't be, it's too good to be true. So it's got to be a setup. We've been victimized so much as a people that we don't even know when to trust the truth when it shows up, Chuck. So the NFAC is fine. Globally, we are a solid organization. Matter of fact, I'd like to send a big shout out to some of the newer chapters that just stood up regionally in the Netherlands, in Switzerland.
He said in the Netherlands. Ain't no niggas in the Netherlands. And Switzerland. He is bugging. Y'all heard that bullshit. He giving a shout out. And look at him. It's his boy. Still subscribe to his show, y'all. He like, tell him. Man, he ain't got no NFAC members in Switzerland yodeling with no damn rifles. He's a damn lie. And he said the Netherlands. and Switzerland. Oh, he's lost his effing mind.
To the folks down in Namibia. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. Namibia. I have new chapters that are popping up all.
Yo. He said Namibia. Where the fuck is Namibia? It reminded me of that damn. What was that script from? Oh my God. David Chappelle. When he played Black Bush, and he said, "We got 16 nations ready to roll." He said, they said, "Name one." He said, "Sampan and the PlayStations." He said, "Maminia." Maminia. Let's listen to that again, yo. Zampan and the PlayStations. He got chapters there too. Zampan and the PlayStations.
Came along that tried to effect some form of change.
He is so corny. Give me the Sampan and the PlayStations. Come on.
That are popping up all over the place. I want to send another big shout out to all of the folks down in Haiti, the folks down in Jamaica that I'm working with now. So we are an international.
No, go back to Zampan.
So I'm fine with regards to the NFAC. The NFAC is solid. What we are finding out, though, and I'll be honest, is that the NFAC apparently, for some strange reason, refuses to be placed into a box
Switzerland
by people who don't know how to recognize when they're looking at something you've never seen before. It's not a gimmick. It's not a trick. And then you look back over history at all these notable people in history that came along that tried to effect some form of change. Somebody always had to say it can't be, it's too good to be true. So it's got to be a setup. We've been victimized so much as a people that we don't even know when to trust the truth when it shows up. So the NFAC is fine. Globally, we are a solid organization. Matter of fact, I'd like to send a big shout out to some of the newer chapters that just stood up regionally in the Netherlands, in Switzerland, to the folks down in Namibia. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. I have new chapters that are popping up all over the place. I want to send another big shout out to all of the folks down in.
The dude is crazy, y'all. Look at the picture behind.
The folks down in Jamaica that I'm working with now. So we are an international.
Look at this picture behind him. Pam, and the PlayStations. I don't want to mispronounce it, but I got a chapter there. Centipede. Zampan and the PlayStations. That's what you got a chapter at.
Footprint, and we are fine, irregardless of the chaos, the confusion, the apprehension, and the fear that continues to grip Black Americans in America.
What is it about the NFAC that I feel like there's a large part of the Black community that does not embrace it? I've seen people that I know, and I will admit I just can't fully understand. Do you have any insight on that? Are they scared of themselves? Are they scared of retribution? Fear has been always put into our communities.
Chuck, let's look at history. Ever since the end of slavery, the United States has worked diligently to keep weapons out of the hands of the people that they enslaved. Ever since the end of slavery with the Black Codes and Jim Crow, having a weapon in the hands of a melanated person was always seen as a threat. The reason being is because a lot of people think that we want revenge, when the truth is all we've been asking for is equality.
Right.
After 246 years of slavery and now 150 some odd years of so-called being free, the only freedoms that we enjoy are the ones that they have allowed us to enjoy. Whereas what they call the great equalizer, that's what it was called. The great equalizer was the gun. And when the gun was given to the Portuguese and given to the Arabs by the white man, that's how they managed to invade Africa, because they had never seen anything like that, superior weaponry. They were still spears and shields, but they were good with that. But they came with the gun, and there was no way. It put those people who were weaker on equal playing field with the warriors. So what has happened in America, this is translated over. There's a book here by Angela Davis called Policing the Black Man. There's another book here by Tom Burrell called Brainwash. I invite every person to read these books. Take time, read a little bit at a time, and look at how you have been socialized, how you've been conditioned, how you've been programmed. Now, if I say the word gun, you thought negative right away. You got to go back and try to find something positive, but
you full of shit, nigga. What is you talking about? What is you talking about, brother? Just you saying the black community don't trust you because you got a gun. You talking about us like, oh, we got us some spears and stuff in our house. What the hell is you talking about? Black people got guns. We all got guns, bro. What the hell is you talking about? The Black Panther Party had guns. Marched up and down the street with them publicly. And their power was the black community base. So how you equate yourself to Malcolm when Malcolm was saying a long time ago blacks should have gun clubs and protect themselves? You bugging, bruh. You saying that the black community, because that man asked you, why is the black community not accepting you? Your response is, as soon as you hear a gun, we all think it's bad. That's why we ain't accepting you. What? When most of the black people you know out here got guns. And we think it's really, really good. For real. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You talk about let's look at history. What do you mean? They don't like you because you the police. That's why they don't like your ass.
been conditioned to think negative. Black people with guns must be all bad. And you know who they beat that into?
Black people have had guns for God knows how long. What is he talking about, y'all? Look how crazy he looks. For real, look how crazy this dude look. Black people's had guns for... He act like we just got guns when he created the NFAC. This dude is crazy, yo.
You know who they generationally drill that into? Black people. Why? Because they made you think so less of yourself. That if you arm yourself, what are you arming yourself for?
We think so less of ourselves that we scared to arm ourselves today. Who is this nut roll ass dude, y'all? For real. And he talk about guns like that's the only weapon on the planet. Oh, it's a lot of weapons, bro. It's a lot of weapons. He's talking like we ain't never seen guns before. We ain't never seen black folks with guns. We ain't never seen nothing. This dude is a nut roll Just listen, y'all. He a nut roll. I'm just gonna let y'all listen. It's just, I keep jumping in because he keeps saying one dumb thing after the next, after the next, after the next. It's just the stuff that's coming out of his mouth is absolutely fucking stupid. It can be easily historically debunked.
It can't be nothing good. You ain't got no land to protect. This is not your country, even though we tell it's yours. You didn't do any of the things that's going to make the laws change. Why do you have a gun? That's what you've been brainwashed to think,
Right.
that we're always up to no good. As a matter of fact, you want to act like we're not born with the inherent right to defend ourselves to the best of our ability. And that's the last part. Equality means we're not just equal in the playing field, we have to be equal on the battlefield. Why do black people fear seeing other black people with weapons? Well, let's look at their past. Let's look at the life they've led.
Why? Once again, we got guns too, dude. We got guns. For real. I don't know what you're talking about. How you think all these shootings is happening in the black community? Because other black men got guns and they sick. I don't know what reality is you living in. Every time I freeze your picture, you look like a patient. You should take the black off and put a white medical skirt that they tie up in the back. You gotta make sure you hit that bottom tie, so your ass don't be flapping all out when you go to the bathroom. I'm serious, man. I don't understand. What are you talking about, bro? Guns. Let's do this. Y'all listen.
Let's look at the environment that they've come from. They didn't create the environment. They were born into the environment. So they witnessed things in that environment. And by witnessing things in that environment, they think that certain things just always go that way.
Right.
Until
he is talking to y'all like y'all some dumbass. I mean, like, the last 500 years never happened. You don't know that history. I don't get it, yo. How could anybody buy the malarkey that's coming out of this dude's mouth right now? And every time I freeze his picture, he looks crazier and crazier. And I have nothing against the brother who interviewed him. I will suggest again, support the brother. Subscribe to his show. He's a good dude because he is really trying to give a platform to somebody that he believes in. But you're going to see some stress in his face. That means I got to let this play, y'all. As painful as the dumb crap that's about to come out this dude's mouth sound, I got to let this play.
you can see it done the way it's supposed to be done. You will always think, and I underline the word think, not know. There's a difference. You will always think that you know exactly what's right. That's why when people see people with guns, they think there must be something wrong, so they call the police. And then all hell breaks loose. And when we finally dig into the whole matter, we come to find out them people wasn't doing nothing wrong. That's something that you thought.
Right.
And you thought wrong. And most black people, it ain't all of them, but most, because I used to be one too, was socialized to think that a black man and a gun, something gots to be wrong.
Yeah.
That's why. So, here comes the second part. Most people have not let go of their fear. I can call it here on your show. And I know I scare people when I say this, but I'm touching you dead in your soul. You scared. You still scared.
First of all, I walk these streets. I ain't got no breastplates and all that shit on me. And I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a damn who you are. NFAC, Proud Boy, motherfucking 3%er. I don't give a fuck. You scared. You doing an interview with what appears to look like as a bulletproof vest. In an interview with a brother you know. Who the fuck you talking about is scared, bro? I'm really getting this the type of brother to get other brothers killed. Ain't nobody scared, bruh. So, like I told you, black folks got guns. Ain't nobody scared. They killing black people. And black people are killing black people in their own community. Gunshots, fires. What are you talking about? Man, you lost your mind, bro.
You scared of the master. That's why if something is going on that could help us and it looks too good, you think the master got to be behind it. It got to be a setup. Because, again, in this book, Brainwashed, they talk about how during slavery times, they conditioned us to think that all good and profitable and helpful things came from the master.
Right.
But everything that was detrimental, that was holding us back, that got us in this mess, was our fault. So what did? We will attack each other before we will attack the person that's actually holding the reins that we think that controls us. That's why black on black. It's easy to attack your brother right next to you because he can't do nothing more to you than you can do to yourself.
Right.
But don't forget, the master, he wrote the laws. The master, he bring the food. The master, he owned the bank. The master has the great equalizer.
Right.
The master holds the keys to your life and your death. And even though we try to act like a lot of I'm independent, I don't need nobody, I bust my guns, you can't tell me nothing. Let the master show up. And it's some of the hardest brothers that you cover in your publication. Hip-hop artists and R&B artists and football players, everybody who rolling in the master's dough, thinking that they empowered until the masters show up. Then all of a sudden, y'all want to talk about it. Then all of a sudden, it must. That's the fear.
Yeah.
And until
nobody has that fear. NFL, a professional NFL football player just murdered 5 people. Dude, what world are you living in? What planet are you from? Who do you think you're talking to? Every time I freeze your picture, you look so freaking goddamn retarded. For real. This is the type of brother that get other brothers killed, man. And I haven't even went through this video. It's hard to get through it because every time he says something out of his mouth, it's just stupid. Every time. I don't give a damn. White, black, I don't care. Contribute a verse. Look at this video and tell me what I'm saying when I respond to what just came out of this fool's mouth It's the truth of
We
it.
learn to overcome that fear as a people, not as a person. A lot of us are brave people.
Right. Right.
There's a brave person sitting over there. But put us together in a group, oh, you're going to see some fear kick up.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And that leads me to what I know you was going to ask me next. Then why, if these people are so afraid, that group over there, and why, if they've been brainwashed, these people over here, and why, if they still afraid of the master, like those folks back there, and if some of them just Oreos and we don't know who they are, so they think that this is just the way it's always been, and we need to get along, then why are all, amongst all these people, are so many flocking to the NFAC now?
Because America is full of dumbasses, bro. Starting with you. You're king of the dumbasses. Starting with you, bro. For real.
Because they tired.
Yeah.
We all tired.
Yeah.
We so tired, we can't get no more tired.
Who is we? I bet you got more food in your refrigerator than any 10 white family houses I could take you to. Who the fuck is we? You have no idea what's going on out here. You're promoting an old, tired ass point of view. Your point of view is tired.
You ever been so tired you can't get no more? You just silly?
Yeah.
As a people.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ain't just sick and tired of being sick and tired. We tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
The other thing that people don't like to admit is that a strong-willed group of people, like black people, were created and made that way into a kingdom structure. Not a ruling structure, not a class structure, but a ruling structure of excellence. You can't have an organization or a government or a country or anything unless you have structure.
How do you know that? How do you know what type of structure they fucking had? You wasn't fucking there. All you could read is what somebody fucking give you. And I know for a fact, every book in every library, every college, and every university, and every elementary school is based off of misinformation. You a junior mint, dude. You remind me of one of them niggas on the corner just be talking shit. And I'm gonna keep using that word nigga when I refer to you. Cause you're about to get good people killed.
Which means there's gotta be a top. There's gotta be a middle. And somebody gotta hold the bottom down.
Right.
And without structure, nothing can stand. So all these people who have suffered from what I call individualism, all you think about is yourself. All you care about is you and yours, and that's it. If it don't affect y'all, then it must not be real. And when it do affect y'all, you got the nerve to act surprised.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So the problem then becomes, the NFAC brings two things to the table that are attractive to our people. An organized methodology to express a response to the continued transgressions against us at every level.
So what's that response? To the transgressions. You are talking fantasy. Nigga, you pushing chocolate chips with no chips in it, in the chocolate chip. What are you talking about? And what are the transgressions? You like to use a lot of bull crap. You the black Donald Trump.
the master and by our own people. That's the first thing it offers. The second thing it offers.
For who? What master? Who the master? Bro, what is you even talking about, bro? You are talking about black people with intelligences. I mean, that just could blow yours into a corner like they're tadpoles or something. Like they don't know nothing. You just, man, oh my God. Man, you federale, bro. You are a Fed. You're fat, bro.
First is structure. And when I mean structure, there's some folks out there who don't have a lick of discipline. Can't stick to nothing. Ain't got no standards for real.
Black, white, Hispanic, Oriental, yes. All across the block. Yeah, there's people like that. Why is that the message you give to your people? Like it's our people. They got these problems. You blind as shit. Every race got them. You blind as shit, bro. The knowledge that you have in your head. Oh my. Listen. Compared to mine, I swear to God, man. Your shit fits on the head of a knit needle. The stuff is you saying. It's just 2-bit slick. Nigga shit. I'm serious. And I'm not gonna bite my tongue. I'm serious. Please keep talking. Cause your mouth is the best gift ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Those are the reasons why all those other groups I just talked to you about are joining the NFAC. Now let me touch on something, then I'm gonna shut up.
Okay.
But let's be clear. It's not about just guns.
Right.
Matter of fact, it never was about the guns.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This started way before the guns. The guns didn't come out till May.
Right.
The conversations started all the way back in the November prior to that, the October prior to that. So it's not just about defending ourselves. The ability to defend yourself so you can handle your business is the first priority. Even when the military lands in a new country, when they invade a country, the first thing they do is secure their perimeter so they can go to work. They don't try to build the base, then defend the base.
Right.
They defend the territory while they build the base. So until we can defend ourselves, we can't take care of our own internal problems.
Yeah.
How are we going to deal with our external problems or our internal problems if people just running in the front door and running out the back door?
So, okay, you need to defend your base. Okay? That shit sounds real cute, bruh. Who you defending yourself against? Because if you talk about the United States government and you thinking it's a military solution, we need to defend. You ain't got a tank. You ain't got a helicopter. You ain't got a plane. You ain't got a battleship. You ain't got shit. You think because you got that fake ass And I could tell that shit is fake. Spongy looking bullshit. Well, anyway, just because you got that little fake ass breastplate and the AR-15 in your hand, you gonna take over the country? You're gonna hold and defend something? Until we can defend it, then we can't have it financially. No, you fuck stupid head. Finances is what makes the gun. Finances is what makes the tanks. Finances is what makes that stuff. So anything, you should be trying to get some money first. Feel me, homeboy?
Right.
No control.
Mm-hmm. Now I've seen you a lot more. I've seen you do press. You did NBC. You did Vice. You probably done some others that I didn't see. What made you
Federale.
start doing press?
Federale.
No, nobody made me start doing anything.
Federale.
As a
Well,
matter
what
of fact,
made you?
let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
The press internationally has always covered the NFAC.
Okay.
Country has flown here and covered the NFAC. All 6 of our formations were covered by everyone from the BBC to RT to Australia, everywhere. The only media.
No. Stop your lying ass right there. The media from Europe or from overseas came over here to cover the Black Lives Matter movement. After George Floyd, it went national. International, bro. Who you think you talking to? I just wish you was here because I will slap. Man, listen. You need to stop the lying. They were already here. And you slithered and slimed your behind into the picture. And they saw you. Black people with guns over there. They saying, oh, the guy over there, Grandmaster J, put this together. So they came and talked to you. Nobody came from overseas to see you, you lying, high yellow, Samuel L. Jackson's lost yellow brother looking. Listen, man. I'm not going to let you get me pissed off. Because I believe people know who you are, and I just hope other people wake up before you get other people hurt, other people locked up, other people put in jail. Because to me, you ain't nothing but a black Trump. That's all you is. For real.
Mainstream media that was ignoring us, and it was painfully obvious, was the USA. NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, right here at home with stuff happening right in their backyard. They wouldn't talk about this. Why? Because it didn't fit the narrative.
Right.
The other press agencies, oh, they were reaching out. This was amazing. See, most people don't realize that black people in America are in the best position out of any other group of black people on the planet to make something.
Really? We don't realize that, huh? We don't realize that? 1,000 Marcus Garveys ago? We don't realize that? Malcolm X's, Dr. King's, Muhammad Ali, Julius Erving. Come on, I could go on and on. What in God's name do you mean we do not understand? This dude, look how stupid he looks when he says this dumb crap. Like he's suffering some sort of brain stroke or something. What do you mean, bro?
Something something happened. Why? Because of the resources that you have. Two, you can own weapons. Y'all don't seem to realize how rare that is on this earth.
Right.
You got money and you got weapons. All it took was for.
I already said when he said they never seen black folks with guns, black people already had guns. I just said that shit. I just said that. Oh, this dude is a nut. It's just, we ain't even made it through the video. He just says one dumb thing after the next dumb thing after the next. Just listen to him talk. And you just hear dumb shit come out of his mouth.
For y'all to get together and get organized and talk about changing stuff, and the world heard that. So there wasn't a week that didn't go by that there wasn't press from some country around the world that was there covering the NFAC.
Y'all slipped in and got some news coverage. First you lied at Stone Mountain. They went to Stone Mountain, Georgia, y'all. But you know what? A lot of the people there had just met him, really didn't know him, and they came out and spoke and said he was lying, he was phony, talk about one of the white groups threatened him, and that's why they came to Stone Mountain to meet these white people. That never happened. This dude is sick, yo. He's sick as hell.
It was at home that we were like, well, what's... But it didn't take long to figure it out, Chuck. Okay, so that's always been there.
Right.
The real question you should ask yourself is, why is mainstream media in America all of a sudden embracing, projecting, and as I like to say, in some ways protecting the very idea of the NFAC in its existence?
That is not happening. Nowhere.
That's the real question. And the question for that is very simple. Let's go ahead and take a step back. 2020 came to an end for the NFAC on a very successful note. 6 successful demonstrations of power to power.
Really? You shot each other at the demonstrations. Your own people at 2 different demonstrations shot each other. Okay? At 2 different demonstrations. Y'all were out there in all that black, hot as hell, no water, people was falling out and everything. You were a laughing stock, bruh. You. Because there's black militia that's been out here that's been black militia for decades. Decades, bruh. They know who the leaders of the 3%ers and the Proud Boys. They know who these people are. And there's a mutual respect when they show up. But you didn't end nothing on no successful note. You tried to get in the news media. People was falling out. Y'all were shooting each other because the people you was putting together couldn't even handle the guns they had. It was disastrous, and you know it. You was a laughingstock.
Engaging the government for cases that involve police brutality, Breonna Taylor case, the Ahmaud Arbery case. You understand what I'm saying? We made a difference, and we didn't trip. We didn't drop the ball. We did nothing.
Right.
Then all of a sudden, here comes these trumped up, these bogus charges. They come out of nowhere, which completely flies in the face of everything that we have ever stood for, or even any of the way that I've led the NFAC. But once that happened, of course, you know, like they say,
you're the police.
Okay. And of course, if you remember, it was breaking news when the Supreme Commander
they needed it to be
arrested and
you the undercover agent.
And all of this, it was breaking
they want
news
everybody
everywhere.
to buy.
Then it got quiet.
They want everybody to buy.
It got quiet. Well, It's a good thing it got quiet, because while we were dealing with that, the other militias, the ones that we warned everybody about, the ones that, see, most people who don't understand how a nuclear reactor works, they put cooling rods down in the water so that, I mean, they have water to cool off the garage so they don't get too hot. The water will boil, but then again, they put more water in to keep the temperature at a certain temperature so that it doesn't explode. You drain all the water out, you get Chernobyl. Everything blew the hell up.
What's this bullshit?
If you remember in 2020, every time the NFAC manifested itself, yeah, white militias talked a little something. They was going to do this, they were going to do that. They talked a big game on social media. Oh, it was going to give it all. But nothing ever happened.
They never did that. He's a lying sack of shit. And every time the white militia showed up, his punk ass and his fake people ran. And I'm not talking about a lot of the people that belong in that group, but he had actors in there. They had fake guns. All their equipment was fake. Every time the white militias would show up, people would run. Nobody never threatened him. Matter of fact, there is an interview out there with him, Grandmaster Jay, and one of the leaders of the 3%ers called the Mad Viking. And all he did was ask Grandmaster Jay a couple of questions. And because Grandmaster Jay couldn't control the conversation, he ended the interview. He ran like a little punk. Look at this dude's face, y'all. Look how he looks when he says stuff. That is a face, the look in the eyes, the smile in the brow of a man who is sick and will manipulate you if you stupid enough to let him.
Nobody ever fired a shot at the NFAC, meaning we were the equalizer.
Right.
No,
you were the evader. What did you equalize? Grandmaster Jay, won't you stop the dumb crap? The videos exist. You showed up. You ran. You never once said to the other side, try it and we'll kill you. You was walking around preaching this shit to people, black men you had lined up. But when them white boys showed up, you was out of Dodge. You're fantasizing, bro.
Where we went, we were like the cooling rods. The moment they pulled the cooling rods off the scene, which was early December, by January, all those groups that they had nobody to fear now.
Right.
They had nobody to fear. They got the food now. Right. Trump got them pumped up too.
Yeah. Definitely.
All this it because there was no NFAC presence.
You is out of
your voice of the consciousness of the.
You is out of your mind. You're out of your mind. You're saying that they. Wait a minute. You're saying that you the one that kept all these groups in check, and because you wasn't there, they attacked the Capitol? Dude, you lost your effing. Because you wasn't there. They can act the fool. You cooled stuff off. I know that ain't what you, listen.
The black community. Black radio is where we aired our own problems out.
Wait. The storm on the Capitol, if that's what you insinuating, had nothing to do with the black community.
And got our own versions of the story. Black radio.
And they did it because you weren't here. And who pulled you off the scene? Once the NFAC got pulled off the scene, who pulled you off the scene? Your punk ass had charges. Y'all want to protect the Capitol? When? Since when? Since when did the NFAC said they want to protect the Capitol? I know that ain't what you insinuating, dude.
Black radio, we could address or correct misinformation about our population, no matter how it was being misrepresented.
Right.
There is no more black radio.
I don't went back too far. Let me see. I'm gonna find this shit. Oh, something happened.
They had never seen anything like that. Superior weaponry that we think that controls us. That's why black owned, not a ruling structure, not a class.
Let me show you
BBC, CBS, CNN, right here at home with stuff happening right in their backyard. They wouldn't talk about this. Why? Because it didn't fit the narrative.
Right.
The other press agencies, oh, they were reaching out. This was amazing. See, most people don't realize that black people in America are in the best position out of any other group of.
We heard that.
And then all the wheels just all came off, Chuck. The wheels came off. They found out that this boy over here was an FBI informant. But then again, they put more water in to keep the temperature at a certain,
there we go. We got it.
So that it doesn't explode. You drain all the water out, you get Chernobyl. Everything blew the hell up.
Right.
If you remember in 2020, every time the NFAC manifested itself, yeah, white militias talked a little something, they was gonna do this, they were gonna do that. They talked a big game on social media, oh, it was gonna give it all. But nothing ever happened. Nobody ever fired a shot
because you
at the
read
NFAC. Meaning we were the equalizer.
No.
Everywhere we went, we were like the Kool-Aid rods. The moment they pulled the Kool-Aid rods off the scene, which was early December,
why y'all get pulled
by January,
Wait a minute.
all those groups that had nobody.
Why y'all get pulled off the scene, bro? Who pulled y'all off the scene? What you mean pulled off the scene? Y'all the cooler rods. Who pulled y'all off the scene, bro? You're not explaining that. Huh? You? Who? The government didn't indict the whole group. The government didn't press charges against the whole group. The government only came after you. But what I would admit is some of the most sucker-ass charges, trying to give you some street cred. So what do you mean they put all of y'all off the scene, huh?
And the fear now.
Right.
They ain't had nobody to fear. They got the food now.
Right.
Trump got them pumped up too.
Yeah, definitely.
All this it. Because there was no NFAC presence. Because we're dealing with the court case.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which was okay. It's okay, Chuck.
The Black Panther Party was everywhere, with their leaders locked up. Who do you think you talking to?
Yeah.
Because it gave them a chance to show us. Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
They true colors. Oh, they just showed out, didn't they? Oh, they climbing walls.
If Donald Trump told Proud Boys, 3%ers, and any other neo-Nazi groups out here, Oath Keepers, to fuck you up, you be fucked up. That shit didn't have nothing to do with you. And you need to be glad it didn't. Because they tore your fucking police undercover snitching ass to ribbons. They attacked the nation's capital. And they scared of you? Why is somebody scared of... Malcolm was never that dumb. That's why I say the people that equate you to Malcolm don't know Malcolm. And it's probably one of them people you got in you. You like you got about 6, 7 different personalities in your ass. You is really nutty as shit, bro. And I hope to God you don't respond to this video. Hope to God you don't complain to YouTube. Because then I'm going to snatch all your shit that I don't put up. Since you've been on the scene, you a nut. He's a nut, y'all. For real. I don't know who he got following him, but y'all need to really ask yourself the questions that I'm asking this dude. You did not stop no violence from happening nowhere. You call yourself nonviolent, but I have to differ with that. You know, y'all shot each other at y'all marches. One AFC dude shoot another AFC dude. That ain't happening over there with the 3%ers. It's not happening over there with the Proud Boys. It ain't happening over there with the Oath Keepers. But your people is shooting they goddamn self. Grandmaster J. The name is even fake. Only reason why I'm showing y'all this video is because one of our biggest problems, us as a collective, is that we get our information through too many individuals like this dude. And they come from all walks of life. They may be political minded. They may be socially minded. They may be psychologically minded. They may be business minded. But they prey on us. They prey on that need. To want to change their situation. They prey on your need to want to change your situation. And they offer you some bullshit, dogma, hoping that you are just stupid enough to buy it. I'm not going to take y'all through no more of this crap. Because, like I said, it is so revealing. You know, like I said, this brother here, you know, subscribe to his channel. He's a good brother. He's trying to do a diligent interview. He's just interviewing a reptile. For real. So, with that being said, I'm going to let y'all go. But I'll be back. Trust me. I'll be back. We going to discuss a whole lot of things. And this is, you know, Black Jaguar is not something that's just for brown-skinned people. My tan Chicano brothers and sisters, white brothers and sisters, Oriental brothers and sisters, Arab brothers and sisters, please feel free. And like I said, just look at this video. I mean, you want to look at the whole video, the whole interview, go right ahead. All the information of where to find this video will be in the credits. And once again, hats off to the brother who did the interview. He did a damn good job. He did. He did. And that's because he went into his work with his heart and his intentions first. So hats off to the brother. But peace to all y'all, man. It's time to shut it down. I'm out. Peace.
We need volunteers. We're the people of the party here. Some things